Alright, check this out. Here we have the Electronics MECH G3 with the Ryzen 7 5800H, the RTX 3070 at 125 watts, and a 165Hz Quad HD display. This video will demonstrate performance expectations for Far Cry 5 using dedicated GPU mode, 2 resolutions, and 3 CPU wattage settings. So let's break it down. Starting at the laptop's native Quad HD resolution, high settings, and 120-degree field of view, it only took me about 20 seconds to find a spot where GPU saturation begins compromised. Ideally, 97% or higher is what we want to see without having to increase the resolution or use settings so absurd your frame rate tanks. Here you'll see the CPU wattage near 37 watts, and CPU utilization is actually very low. This tells me that Far Cry 5 uses about 4 cores and not much else beyond this. Further investigation on Google verifies this as well. If we lower the 5800H to 30 watts, our GPU usage lowers along with our frame rate. If we lower the 5800H once again, but this time at 20 watts, NVIDIA's dynamic boost kicks in and attempts to increase the RTX 3070 to 140 watts. None of this matters since our GPU utilization and frame rates are at their lowest shown so far. Now let's apply this method to our madness at Full HD resolution. If we were bottlenecked in some areas at Quad HD, then Full HD is a certainty. It's here where I want to make something very clear as you stare in awe by the fact that our Quad HD result is performing better than our Full HD result. There's a reason why NVIDIA chose Ultra HD resolution to showcase their RTX 3000 graphics performance. It has nothing to do with them being shady about this particular topic. It has everything to do with CPU technology, and more specifically IPC, or instructions per cycle, not keeping that same improvement pace that we have seen with GPU technology. Cores are great, but raw performance per core is not cutting it for sub 4K resolution across many titles. Here's the remaining results at 30 watts and 20 watts. I see these bottlenecks with Intel's finest mobile processor too, especially at Full HD. If you are a Far Cry 5 fan, to really get what you're paying for in a laptop, I suggest a device with a 1440p panel.